Hello everyone, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel, Eating Myself In. And today I am talking about the 5 months that I've been on Mounjaro, my experience of it, how much I've lost, and what I would do differently if I was to start again. Now, I've been documenting my journey since the start, which I started on the 8th of September 2025. And my starting weight at that time was 17 stone, 2.4 pounds. I'll put the figures up on the screen. But if you are new here and you've just stumbled across my channel, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction because I've gone through a lot in my life with weight loss, and so I just wanted to give you a brief update of how I've got to where I am now. So I've been big my whole life since a kid. Food was my friend. I was an only child and food was the one constant thing that I could go to if I was happy, if I was sad, if whatever it was. Food was my best buddy, and so I grew up just getting more and more and more obese the older I got, and it got to the stage where I reached a weight of 25.5 stone, and I was honestly desperate. And maybe some of you watching this now, you're looking into Mounjaro and maybe you haven't taken it yet, and you're just looking at people that have been taking it. Have they been successful? And you've probably heard a lot of things about Mounjaro in the press that are quite scary. At that time in my life, when I was 25.5 stone, Mounjaro or Ozempic or any GLP-1 medication wasn't available. And the only thing really that was available to help with severe obesity at the time was weight loss surgery. So I have had 2 lots of weight loss surgeries. And I had the gastric bypass operation. It was very successful, and I lost a lot of weight. I went from my heaviest weight of 25.5 stone down to 13 stone 6 was my lowest ever weight. Okay, and then after a bit of time, you know, your body learns to adapt. It's very clever. It can adapt to, you know, although you've had weight loss surgery, it retrains itself in a way to act and be exactly the same as it was before you had the operation. And so I'd started to regain weight because I hadn't fixed my brain. Although I wasn't able to eat the foods or the amount of foods that I used to eat, it did start creeping back on. And so I got to the stage where I'd gone back up to 17 stone, 2.4 pounds. And I was starting to worry, I was starting to panic that I can't go back. I can't go back to 25 stone. I just can't do it. Now, when it came to Mounjaro, I'd heard about it. I'd heard about Mounjaro and I'd heard about Ozempic. Now, the media or the information that I had heard about these 2 drugs was that it made you feel so sick that you just don't want to eat anyway, and that's why you lose weight. You're going to get pancreatitis. It can make you get like diarrhea and just gestational. Not gestational is not the right word, is it? That's when you're pregnant. Is it gestational? What's the word with your bowels and stuff? Whatever that word is, it can cause issues with it, you know. And to be honest, the thing that scared me the most about it was the feeling sick part. Look, because feeling sick's the worst thing in the world for me. I can't stand it, and I would do anything to avoid that. So I'd made my mind up a couple of years ago that I was never going to try this drug. Never ever, never going to try it. The you know, what I'd heard about it, the cons really outweighed any pros. And that was it. I was not going to try it, and that's the end of it. And then anyone I'd spoken to about it, they were all like, oh yeah, you don't want that, you don't want to put drugs in your system, you don't know what, it's not even that well documented, they don't even know what the long-term effects are. You know, people just get in your head. And so I decided I wasn't going to try it. Anyway, fast forward a few months, and a colleague at work had lost quite a lot of weight, and I commented about it, and I said, oh, you're doing really well, like how are you doing it? You know, we all ask the questions, we all want to know, don't we all want to know, if a friend's lost weight, how are you doing that, because I want to get in on it always. And so I asked her, and she said she'd been taking Mounjaro. And I went, oh right. I went, oh. Then I started asking her questions. Yeah, but don't you feel sick all the time? No, I don't feel sick. Maybe, she said, maybe like for a day after I take my dose, sometimes I might feel a little bit sicky, but it's not terrible. And then the next day it's gone. I'm just not interested in eating all the crap anymore, she said. I'm still eating healthy food. I still want to eat. I'm just not interested in, you know, chocolate or sweets or this or that. She said, it's really helped me not sit there in the evening in front of the TV and just, you know, eating, just mindless eating, hand to mouth. And this was a big issue for me because I did that every night, basically. Every night I'd have my dinner, you know, the kids would go to bed, and as soon as the kids go to bed, I'm like, right, what can I have, you know? And that's what I did every night. And so I thought, right, I'm going to do some research. I'm going to have a look on YouTube and see what people are actually doing, see how people are actually documenting their journeys and talking about their side effects. So that's what I did. And I came on here and I watched so many videos, which is part of the reason why I'm making videos now, because these videos helped me, and they helped me make my mind up that I am actually going to try this, because it's wonderful to see all the wonderful stories on here of people doing so well. But obviously you're also going to have the other side of that, and you're going to find negativity, and you're going to find people that it doesn't work for or whatever, and that's fine, but overwhelmingly more positive than negative for me. And so I thought, right, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to try it. So I've gone on a bit there, haven't I? Bloody hell, what's that, 7 minutes? I'm going to have to cut this down already I'm waffling. Anyway, so after that little introduction about me and welcome, if you're not new here, then welcome back anyway, and sorry about the waffle for 7 minutes. But this video is about my 5 months that I've been on Mounjaro, my ups and downs, and mainly it's going to be about what would I do differently if I started again tomorrow. And the reason I want to do that is because I want you guys to have the knowledge that I didn't have when I started. So that's my plan. That's what I'm going to do. So should we get into it? Right, the first one is to go into it with a positive mentality. So what I mean is, you've decided to take Mounjaro. You've ordered it, you've taken that first step, you've gone on, you've ordered it, you've sent off the pictures that they've asked you to send, which is daunting in itself, let's be honest about it. Standing in front of the mirror, taking your clothes off and taking a picture of yourself, you know, it that was one of the biggest obstacles for me when I started, to be honest. When they asked me to take bloody pictures, I'm like, what the hell? I understand why they do it, but even so, it's a big step, isn't it? So you've took that step, you've placed the order, and you're waiting for it to come. Now, this is a mistake that I made. I went into it not actually that confident that it's going to work for me. Honestly, I did. I thought it's going to work for everybody else, but it's not going to work for me. And so what you need to do, though, is go into it with a positive mind that it is going to work for you. And the reason why it's so important is because it leads on to my next thing, is that because I took the medication and had kind of made my mind up that it wasn't going to work for me, because that's just how I view everything when it comes to my weight. Nothing's going to work for me. It'll work for everybody else, but it won't work for me, because I'm just destined to be fat, right? This is in my brain. But what happened was, when I started taking the medication, I decided that instead of taking it every 7 days, which is what you're supposed to do, I was going to take mine every 5 days, because I wanted to give myself the best chance that this is going to work for me. And so I took it into my own hands. I took the bulls by the horn and I ran with it. And I thought, I've got to give myself the best chance of it working. And in my mind, the more Mounjaro you've got in your system, the better it's going to work, right? That is not the case. I didn't think it was going to work for me, but actually, when I took the 2.5 milligrams and I woke up the next day, I felt absolutely normal. I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel anything different, actually. It's very easy for us to believe what everyone is saying to you that doesn't actually know anything about it. The biggest thing that you're going to hear from people is, yeah, but that's cheating. It's cheating. Like, all you've got to do is just eat less and move more. Like, it's science. It's simple. You eat less, you move more, you lose weight. Like, people that aren't overweight or have been obese for a long time in their lives and spent their, a lot of the time being overweight, the people that aren't like that, the people that are just naturally slim, naturally control their food, as in it's not they don't have the like switch in the brain that's like trying to tell you to eat everything all the time, or what are you going to eat, or what you're going to plan to cook for dinner, or what you're going to have for pudding, and if you have that then you can't have this, like that constant we call food noise. Some people don't have that, and so they think, just eat less and do more exercise. Like, why are you pumping yourself full of drugs? Surely it's simple, isn't it? Well, no, it's not simple, because if it was that simple and that easy, then everybody would be walking around in a size 12, 14. Like, there wouldn't be obese people if it was that easy, right? So when I hear that it's cheating comment, or, it really winds me up, because I think, right, let's take the word cheating, right? Now, let's say you're part of a competition. I don't know, you're in the Olympics, right? And you're swimming, and, you decide to put invisible flippers on, and then you beat everybody because no one else has got flippers on, but you have, right? But they're invisible. Sorry, this is really stupid explanation, but it's the only one I could think of. That's cheating, right? Because at the end of that race, they're going to get a gold medal, and they're going to stand up on the podium, get their picture taken and win a gold medal, and all the time they've had invisible flippers on, right? That's cheating, right? Who am I cheating by using a medication to help me lose weight, to be healthier, to live longer, be around for my children longer and my grandchildren? Who am I cheating out of that medal? Who? Yeah, cheating is telling me that I'm getting an unfair advantage over somebody else. What somebody else is getting cheated out of me doing this? What a ridiculous thing to bloody say is cheating. Honestly. So if there's one thing you can take from this video, it is totally to debunk that it's cheating comment. And if any of you get it next time, maybe give the little story that I've made up about the invisible flippers on the swimmer. Like, it's ridiculous. Winds me up. I'm getting angry just thinking about it. It seriously winds me up. So, yes, the biggest thing that I would change is I would go into it a lot more positive, and I wouldn't be so ashamed about it, because I've only just now started letting people know in my life that I've been taking Mounjaro to lose weight, because I was embarrassed, number one. Number two, I had that little bee in my ear roll thinking, oh yeah, Pip, they're going to think I'm cheating. And it wasn't until I actually thought about it, I thought, why should I be ashamed of doing something to make me healthier and live longer? I should be congratulated that I'm taking steps to do better. And if I'm taking a medication to do that, so bloody what? Like, really is, yeah, winds me up. So the first thing that I would change is I would go into it with more positivity, that I shouldn't be ashamed, and believe that it's going to work, because it will work. And if you're watching this before you've even started, go into it knowing that this medication is wonderful and it is going to work for you. It is. Right, this one is kind of goes on from the first one, because in your brain you're thinking it's not going to work for me, right? So this one is, don't rush up the doses too quickly. I did, and if I could go back, I would absolutely change that, because in the beginning I was taking the 2.5 milligrams, but I started straight away doing it every 5 days and not every 7. And the reason I did that was because in my mind, the more medication you've got in your system, the better it's going to work and the more weight I'm going to lose. And actually, that's not how it works. All that does is increase your suppression to the point that you don't really want to be around food at all, and make you not eat enough, basically. And in turn then brings rapid weight loss for a couple of weeks, which then is followed by a few stalled weeks, because your body's like gone into starvation mode of, we're not getting what we need, so we better hold on to everything we've got. And that's what it does. I did explain this a bit more in depth in another one of my videos, called, oh, I don't know what I called it. Anyway, another one of my videos, I went into a bit, about stools. It was about, yeah, stools. In the title says something about when you have a stool or plateau, something like that. Explained a bit more in depth about this. The mistake I made was going up the doses too quickly, too fast, and making it so that I didn't really want to eat at all, and I had to force feed myself a bit. Now that's no good for anybody. And actually, this lesson I've only just learned 5 months in. That it was a lady that commented actually on my last video when I was talking about I was confused about how you can take the same dose from 1 week to the next. 1 week you're fully suppressed, and then the next week you want to eat everything. And so I started to panic, thinking I need to up my dose because I'm wanting to eat everything. And this lady sent me a comment basically saying that what you're feeling is just normal hunger. It's not the Mounjaro not working, because I was wanting to eat everything, but when I sat down to eat my dinner, I couldn't eat a huge amount of it. And that's because the Mounjaro was working. It keeps you full for longer. You can't eat as much. It tells your brain that you're full quicker. Okay, but that was happening after like 5 or 6 mouthfuls of my dinner. And this comment that I got recently, I'll put, if I can find it, I'll put a picture up of it. And it actually made me really think about it. And she's right. Mounjaro was working for me. I didn't need to up my dose, but all I was feeling was hunger. That we should be feeling. Just because we're on Mounjaro doesn't mean we shouldn't feel hungry. We should feel hungry. We should still want to eat, and we should still be able to eat a good, decent size portion of our food, okay? If you're not able to do that, if you're sitting down to eat your food and you are getting full after 5 mouthfuls, you're overly suppressed. And I was confusing hunger with lack of suppression, or I was confusing hunger with Mounjaro not working. So in my brain was telling me, well, if I'm hungry and I want that, or I want this and I want that, then I haven't got enough Mounjaro in my system and I need to take more. I need to up my dose. No, I was wrong. And I've only just learnt that this week. And so we need to understand that hunger is something that we need to deal with. We need to be able to make better choices. For this to be long term, for this to be successful for us when we do come off Mounjaro, if and when we decide to, it has to be sustainable. And if we're not learning how to deal with our hunger, it's not going to be sustainable. So that's a big lesson that I've only just learned, and I wish I could go back and tell myself that first week that when you're feeling hungry, you don't need to up your dose. So if I could go back and start this again, I would have took measurements of everything, of every body part. I would have took measurements and pictures. Every week I would have documented that, the changes in the measurements, the changes in the pictures, because looking back now to where I am now, that, what have I lost, 50 pounds that I've lost, where it happens so gradually and slowly, you don't really notice it. So I've been looking in the mirror, and I've said in my recent videos, like, I don't see a massive difference. But the scales as well, like, one week to the next fluctuate, can mess with your head, but inches don't. Inches stay real. So one thing, if you are thinking about starting this journey on Mounjaro, make sure you take all your measurements and take pictures and do it weekly, because it will really help you on your journey, especially if there are going to be some weeks when you don't lose, or you even gain a little bit. And it doesn't mean that you're not successful that week. It may show in the tape measure, just not on the scales, and that helps us up here to stay on track. So I would definitely tell myself, if I was starting this again, to get that bloody tape measure out. Hang on a minute. So this one's quite a big one, and I wish I could go back and tell myself to do this, because I made some errors in the beginning. I hate counting calories, and I'm not telling you to count your calories. Well, a little bit maybe. What I would say is, when you start this journey off and you weigh yourself and you know your starting weight, you also need to work out your TDEE, which stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure. I can never say that word. Put your teeth in. Whatever that word is, you know where I'm getting at. So this figure is the amount of, at the weight you are, the amount of calories you need to eat daily to remain the weight you are. So basically, how many calories you need to eat for your body to maintain the weight that you are. And obviously that's not what we want to do, but we need to know what that figure is. Because once you know what that figure is, you can then reduce your calories to the right amount to make sure that you're going to get steady weight loss that isn't going to, one, put you into starvation mode, so that your body will shut down its metabolism a little bit and create plateaus for weeks on end, okay? You've got to make sure that you are getting in the right calories, the right nutrients, the right amount of protein, include carbs with that if you want, whether that's through just vegetables or whether you are going to incorporate other carbs. That's entirely up to you, but you need to work out that figure and adjust your calories to that. And I would definitely say for at least 2 days a week, I get it, counting calories is a ball ache. I hate it too, and I didn't in the beginning count any calories. But I made a big boo-boo one week with something. I'll tell you about it in a minute. But once you've worked out that figure, you can then adjust your calories to a level that's going to keep your body losing weight safely without sending you into starvation mode. Now, you also need to know that every week when you lose weight, that TDEE figure is going to change. So you need to readjust it every week. Every week when you get on those scales and you've lost, or even if you may have gained, say, right? Whatever it is, if it's different to the week before, you need to recalculate that and then adjust your calories in accordance. And just so that you get to grips with it and you're not making silly mistakes like I did, maybe count your calories just for a couple of days a week to get a bit of an idea of what's going in. Everything you eat, and I mean everything. If there's a couple of chips that you're putting in your mouth off your kids' dinner, or if you're at work and someone says, do you want a fruit pastel? And you're like, oh, I shouldn't really. Oh, I'll just have one, and it goes in your mouth. You need to count it. Everything that goes in here, you need to count it. Drinks, everything. To give you an idea of where you are in the calories that you need to try and kind of stick to. It's so important. I didn't do this in the beginning. I made a really big error with a little sweet treat that I was having nearly every single night. It was a tiny little pot, about that big, about that deep, that big, of homemade rice pudding that I absolutely love. And it was just my little evening treat because I've done so well on the rest of my food. I deserve a treat, right? And I was having that. And I was getting really small losses, and I think I stalled a week or two as well. I might have even had a little gain. I think I might have had a little gain one week of like 0.2 of a pound or something. And I was saying to my husband, like, I don't understand it. Like, I'm eating so well. I don't get it. Maybe it's just my age because, as women get older and menopausal, it's harder to lose weight. It is. Anyway, so I thought, right, I'm going to count my calories and see how we're getting on. And that little tiny pot of rice pudding was 707 calories, and I was having it every night. So even me, who's been bloody weight loss queen for years and years and years and thought I knew everything I needed to know about calories, I clearly didn't. And so working out your TDEE from the very beginning is just going to keep you on a road to success, and keep you in check, and knowing what's going in here, everything going in there will affect the weight on the scale. It will. So that's a big one, definitely. So this is one that I still need to probably tell myself sometimes, but I wish I'd been a bit more relaxed in the beginning. And what I mean by that is, just like any other diet I've ever been on before, when I started Mounjaro, I had to be perfect, no mistakes. And I treated it just like any other diet that I've been on before. You know what I mean? When you go into a diet and you're so motivated, and obviously part of what I'm telling you guys is when you do go into this and start this and take your first jab, that you are positive and your mind is in that start a diet mindset, because that is what we're doing, right? But what I wish I could tell myself back then was, don't treat it like any other diet, because it isn't a diet. This drug is wonderful. It's a wonderful tool to help keep you on track. It's liquid willpower. I say it all the time, and it's the best thing I've done for years. But I try and be perfect too much of the time, as in I don't allow myself slip-ups, or I didn't allow myself slip-ups. I made a video on here a while ago that I was devastated because after God knows how many weeks of being on Mounjaro, maybe 15, 16 weeks, I can't remember when it was, I'd slipped and I'd had a Subway, and I felt awful when I came on here, and I'm like, honestly felt terrible, and I've screwed it up. I've, why did I do it? And beat myself up about it. And actually, so what? I had a Subway. Like, you have to live your life. So what I would say to myself starting again is, don't try and be perfect. This has to be sustainable. If you want something, have it. It's about keeping control over the long term. It's not about being perfect. Whenever I've done diets in the past, I go into it gung-ho. I'm so perfect. Everything has to be right. I won't eat this. I won't touch that. I won't even smell it. Someone's offered me a chocolate. Oh, no thanks. I won't touch it. I am perfect. And the trouble is that that's not sustainable, which is why I'd lose 2 stone, 3 stone. Bad habits would creep back in because I miss stuff. And then I'd have it a few times. And then because I'd had it, I felt like a failure, and then I'd quit. And that 2, 3 stone would come back on, plus another stone. So don't try and be perfect. Don't. No one's perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. Do it your way. And if you want something, have it, and in moderation. That's it. The next day, get right back on the horse. That's the hardest bit about any diet that you're on. I don't like to think of this as a diet, but previously, in all other times I've tried to lose weight, if I've fallen off the wagon, I wouldn't get back on the horse. I wouldn't. I would tell myself, well, I've ruined it now, so I might as well just have a cheat week and start again on Monday. Of course, after you've had a cheat week and you've gained 7 pounds, which obviously is not fat, but you don't know that. You're not telling yourself that. You're thinking, I've put on 7 pounds. And then because you've done that, you think, what's the bloody point of carrying on? And that's how it goes. And that's the yo-yo diet that we constantly do. So don't treat this like a diet, like one of the diets you've had before. Treat it as a lifestyle change. And like I say, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up if you screw up. It's not a screw up. You've just had something that you enjoy. You've done it. It's out the way. We're going to get back on the horse. So if you've got this far in the video, well bloody done. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see more. And while we're on the subject, 50% of you aren't subscribed. What have I got to do? Do you want a little dance or something? That was really silly. No, come on, subscribe to the channel. You know you want to. No, I'm joking. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not joking. Get it done. Anyway, completely forgotten what I was just about to say. But in summary, what I would tell myself if I was starting again is, do it sooner. I wish I'd done this 2 years ago when I first heard about it. It might even be longer than that. It might even be a few more years than that. I'm trying to think. Maybe even 4. How long has it been on the market now as Empic? Because that was the first one, wasn't it? Long time. I was so scared. I was absolutely petrified. I was never going to try it. The fat jabs that everyone called it. Firstly, injecting into yourself is just alien anyway, isn't it? It feels wrong on a lot of levels, and I wish that I'd not been scared. So if you're watching this and you've got one in the fridge, or you're thinking about ordering it, by the way, if you do want to order it, you can, I've got a discount code for you. If you want to email me at eatingmyselfthin@icloud.com. I can email you my discount code. I think it gives you 50 quid off. Anyway, And I think it gives me 50 quid off as well, just being transparent about it. But I would honestly say, if you're thinking about it and you're umming and ahhing and you're listening to all the negativity, and I'm not saying that there's not negative side effects. There are side effects. There's side effects to every medication, but they're not as rife as what you think, right? They're not. I mean, I've had, a little bit of nausea when I've had too much Mounjaro because I've gone up the doses too fast. I've had constipation. That's a constant side effect that I'm trying to deal with. But the benefits outweigh all of that a millionfold. So I wish I could tell myself to start this years before, but I haven't. I'm here now. I'm doing it. We're going to get there. We're going to get there together. But if you're thinking about it, it's a wonderful, wonderful tool. The best thing I've done in ages. I'm just feeling really blessed, actually, that I've found something that's actually working for me. Yeah, fantastic. Anyway, that's enough about that. Now I'm going to put in, I did a bit of shopping today. I went out with my daughter today, and I had to go and buy my son-in-law some new knives because it's his birthday. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but you might be interested. He likes cooking, obviously, as do I. He likes sharp knives, as do I. Anyway, it's his birthday, and I thought I'd get him a nice set of professional knives. So I went into one of my favourite shops today, Nisbets in Southampton, because obviously I've got a catering company, haven't I? So I love that shop. And I went in there, and Esme came with me, so she was filming me go round getting these knives. And then I went to Marks and Spencer's, and the reason I went there is not because I'm posh, it's because yesterday I went to Tesco's to buy some chicken just for dinner, and I couldn't believe the price of it because I remembered how much I paid for it in Marks and Spencer's. So I took you to Marks and Spencer's, and I wanted to show you this chicken that I bought. I'm not going to tell you the price of it right now. You'll have to wait and see the video. I'm just going to put it on the end of it. But I don't know how they're doing it so cheap. I've stocked up today, and yeah, get it in your freezer is all I'm going to say. Now, it's been this price for the last 4 or 5 months, right? So I don't know if it's an error or not, but you're not going to get it cheaper anywhere else. So I'm just going to put that at the end of this video. It's just a little out and about shopping video, nothing major. If you don't want to watch it, I'll say bye now. See you later. Go on, sod off. No, I'm joking. Anyway, take care. And yeah, I'll see you all on, what day is it today? Friday. Yeah, so I'll do my update on Monday. Well, I'll film it Monday. I don't know if I'll get it out on Monday. I'll try my best. As for an update for this week so far, I'm not going to say I've not been doing too well, because I haven't been doing bad. We'll have to see what the scale says. I think I'm still like telling myself all the time, like I've just been saying about being perfect, that if I'm not perfect, that I'm not going to get a loss. And I haven't been perfect this week, but I haven't been terrible either. And that mindset I need to try and change, the gotta be perfect thing. I've just told you lot to change it. I find it hard too. So I'm hoping to get to my lowest recorded weight ever. Do you remember at the beginning of this video I said my lowest weight ever that I can remember is 13 stone 6. I've got 36, 6, 7, 8. I've got 2.9 pounds to lose this week to get to 13 stone 6. That's going to be a major achievement for me when I get there. I might have to buy some party poppers if I get there the end of this week. So I'll let you know. Well, you'll know because I'm actually going to do a party popper if I reach the goal. So tune in for that. Plus, I'm scared of bangs, so I don't believe I just said that. I don't like bangs. I'm scared of balloons as well. That's a phobia of mine. Yes, it is strange, I know. But they terrify me. I think it's the anticipation that it might pop, and it gets me on edge. Anyway, enough of that. See you later. Stay for the little shopping at the end. And if you like the shopping ones, I can do more. I love shopping. Hi everyone. Right. We're going into one of my favourite shops, right? This is how sad I am. We're going into, this is Esme, she's with me today. She's going to record me. I thought I'd show you a little bit of what I'm doing. Right, this is where I'm going. Nisbets. This is my favourite. It's a catering equipment shop. I've got to get my son-in-law a new knife for his birthday. He wants a really nice knife. So, off we go. Into Nisbets. I love this shop so much. So, Esme's going to film me going around the shop. I'm going to look like a twat, but I don't care. First time I've been in a shop with a camera filming. Like, I feel like a bit of a wally. But oh well. Right, we're going in. I'm going to get Esme to film now. There you go. That's all right. Oh, look. Esme, what's that? It's a slushy machine.
Can we get it?
No, we can't get it. No, just thought I'd show you because I knew you'd like it. Right. Oh, nice little espresso cups. Look at that. Very nice. Right, don't let me spend a load of money in here because Daddy will not be happy. Oh, what are these? What's that? Oh, a soup thing. I don't need that. Right. Don't need any of this, really. Bloody hell, look at the size of that. That's bloody huge. Not that I need it. Well, I might get a new pan. I want the stainless steel one. It's quite nice. Is there a bigger one? No. I don't really need it, do I?
We have loads of hands.
I know, but look, I like it. It's very noisy. Oh, do we need? No, we don't. I was thinking, did we need more gloves? But we don't, do we? Don't need any of this either. Bloody hell, 131 quid for some plastic tubs. Right, let's go and get what we came in here for, shall we? Right. I do have an account with you guys. I don't know if that means I get a nice 10% off, but we buy quite a lot. Yeah. Deli on your doorstep.
But we can look at pricing for you.
Thank you. Right, so what he wanted, which I couldn't get, was like, you know, like the Japanese style cleaver and knife set, right? So it came with 3 knives. I don't know what was going on with Amazon, but when I tried to order it, and it goes through verifying your age, doesn't it, on there? There must have been something wrong with it because it wouldn't let me go through. So I was like, I'll just go and get one from Nisbets. So I'm looking, in that set there was a cleaver style knife.
We don't have the set. We did normally have the set, the Suki ones.
Yes.
And it would be the chef's knife,
Yeah.
the Santuki and the little paring knife.
That was it.
Yeah, they're completely out of stock.
Can I buy them separate?
You can buy them separate, yeah.
What kind of... Let's have a look. Would you do me the same deal? Oh, cool. I like that. Cheap is always good. If you're going to buy knives, everyone, make sure you go to a catering equipment shop because they're always the best, always.
I've got 171.57 individually. The set is on offer at 107. I don't think I'll be able to get them done that low, but I might be able to get it to about 150.
I mean, quite a big amount more. I'd order it online, but the problem is he's coming down tomorrow and my daughter didn't give me the heads up that it's his birthday. This is Nisbet, Southampton. Come down and see him because they're always open for a little deal.
No, it is cheaper. 103.40.
Perfect.
Yeah?
Yes, love it. Thanks, Alan.
That's all right. What I did is I linked it to your account as well.
Yep, perfect.
And then you've got the receipt if you ever need it.
Yep,
right?
lovely. Thank you.
That's all right. Do you need a bag for it too?
No, no, you're right. As long as I can walk out of here carrying a load of knives.
103.40, yeah. It's not. And that's your receipt.
Perfect. Thanks, Alan.
All right, have a good day.
Yeah, come and see this guy, Alan Nisbets. He'll always get you a new deal. Right. Thanks, darling.
Yeah,
See you later. Wow, got a good deal on those knives. My son-in-law will be happy. Ah. Right, off for the next shopping. We got to go to... I'm going to go to Marks and Spencer's, right, because I want to show you this meat, right, these chicken drumsticks and chicken legs, because I went in Tesco's yesterday and I wanted to get some chicken thighs and some chicken drumsticks, and the price of them was unreal compared with Marks and Spencer's. I don't know how Marks and Spencer's are doing it so cheap, but I'm going to take you in there and show you so you can get some cheap protein. Because I can't get over how cheap it is, so I'm going to show you that next. Hello, can I grab one?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Thank
There
you
we
very
go.
much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Marks and Spencer's. Let me show you this chicken. Right, you want tacos?
Yes.
Right, girls want tacos for dinner. So we need to get beef mince. And I'll show you the chicken. Where is it? Not there. Right, here we go. Chicken aisle. Right, look at this. £1.80 for 5 chicken drumsticks, or £1.65 for 2 big chicken leg portions. I mean, you can't beat that price. You can't. So I'm going to stock up on chicken drumsticks. What should we get? 1, 2, 3, 7th, 12th. Get the good dates as well. What's those ones? 9th, 12th. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 560, 660, 720 for that. That's mad, isn't it? Right. Let's get this in my trolley. Where's the bloody thing? Oh, there. 1, 4 of them. Oh shit. Calamity Alex. I got it. Right, what else we got here that's on a good price? So there, one leg portions 150. Sorry, what's the date on them? 11th. Right, these £1.50 each. £1.50 for 2 legs in Marks and Spencer. I mean, they got to be losing money on this. I don't understand it. Right, I think that's it for chicken. Right, I've showed you that. Sorry. Right, now we're going to get mince. Oh, that's pork. Where's beef? No, that's veal. Oh, here it is. Here, oops, here it is. Right, we want, don't get so close to the bloody food. We're going to get some 12% mince. Right, we're going to get 2 12% minces. And we're going to get 1 lamb mince for the Big Mac burgers, wrap burgers that you wanted me to do. Oh, here it is, lamb. Oh, they've only got organic. Oh no, here you go. Is there another one? There you go, 2 lamb minces. Oh. And we mix them together to make the tacos. Right, Daddy wanted pork. No. Pork, where's the bloody pork? Oh, here it is. Right here. Right. Thick cut loin steaks. How much are they? $4.75. Thick cut pork chops. Think I'll get them ones.
Yeah.
Right, we'll get them for Daddy. What's this? Oh, veal. Right, now we need wraps.
We have loads at home.
Wraps. Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't need them then. I've got lettuce at home. I've got the salad at home. Got cheese at home. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all I needed. Carrots I've got. Sweet potato I've got. I'm just checking because I don't want to leave here and then like we haven't got everything. Right, that'll do then. Right. So I see you again. I can't even speak. I see you at home. Over and out. Cut.